Hi guys, my name is Anne. Today we are making a maxi skirt. So what you'll need for your measurement, you'll need your hips measurement and your waist measurement and the length from your waist to your ankle. Once you have that and you've gotten the number of all of that, you're going to get started. We are making our granny squares in 6 by 6 inches. So keep that in mind. It's a square essentially, so both sides are equal. Once you get that, you're going to take the 6 inches and you're going to divide that by the number of your hips measurement to know how many granny squares you will need. So I'm going to take 6 inches and I'm going to divide that by 40.5. So 40.5, that will give us around, the nearest number to that is 7 granny squares. But once I make 7 granny squares, it's going to be so big on the other parts of the body because we are making it once. So I'm just going to make 6 granny squares. And once I do that, for the granny squares that are going to go around my hip area, I'm going to use a bigger hook so that they can stretch a bit more. So for the other granny squares, I'm using 3 millimeter hook, but for these granny squares that are going to go around my hips, I'm going to use a 3.5 or a 4 millimeter hook depending on the tension you're working with. And once you have that, you're good to go. So in total you should make a total of 36 granny squares, and that should be enough to cover a size medium. I am a size medium. Okay, I hope that is clear. Also, I want to thank you guys for subscribing and for supporting my content. I really appreciate you being here. In this video, we'll be using all of this yarn. The brand is Alize Baby Best and it is 262 yards. It's my stash yarn. I want to make granny squares with it so that I can get rid of it. I'm trying not to have a lot of stash yarn with me. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start with this lilac yarn and we're going to be using a 3 millimeter hook. So first start by making a slip stitch. Make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and in the first chain that you made, make a slip stitch just like that, and then make a chain of 1, 2, 3. That does count as a stitch. This hole that you made right here, you're going to be making double crochets. So that is how you make a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to make 16 double crochet in this hole that we made, and the first chain that we made does count as a stitch, so you start counting from that one until you have a total number of 16 double crochets. And on this last stitch, I'm going to put a stitch marker. To change color, you're going to insert your hook on this stitch, don't finish your slip stitch, and then take your new yarn, insert your hook through that and pull through, and that's how you are going to change color. Turn your work and tie your yarn behind here. You're going to chain 1, 2, 3. That does count as a double crochet. You're going to yarn over, and on this very first stitch you're going to make a double crochet. You're not going to finish it. Go through the same stitch, make a second double crochet, don't finish it, and go through the same stitch, make a double crochet and don't finish it. And then you're going to pull through all of those until you have 2 stitches left. Pull through 2 and then chain 1. Let's do that again. Make a double crochet, don't finish your double crochet stitch, make a double crochet, your second double crochet, don't finish it, and your very third double crochet, don't finish it. Yarn over, pull through all of those. You have 2 remaining on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. Another round, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, and yarn over, insert your hook again. Yarn over, pull through all of those. We have 2 remaining. Yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. So you're going to do that until you are at this last stitch, and I will meet you guys there. We are at the end of your row. Ensure you have 16 clusters of this stitch, and then you're going to insert your hook on this double crochet that you made on the third chain from the hook, and then we are going to pull through this new yarn and then make a slip stitch, and then you're just going to tie your yarn from behind here, and that's how you're going to be changing colors. So we are moving on to our third row. So I'm going to slip stitch until I get to this chain 1 space. Chain 1, make a slip stitch in the next stitch and a slip stitch in this chain 1 space. Once you get to this chain 1 space, make a chain of 1, 2, 3. That does count as a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, that's a double crochet, but in this row you're not finishing your double crochet. You are, after you've made your double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave it at that. Then yarn over, insert your hook in the same chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through 2, and you have 3 double crochet in this chain 1 space, and yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1, 2, and you're going to move on to the next chain 1 space, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. You should always ensure you have 3 double crochet in this chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through all of those, then chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you have those. Then yarn over, pull through all of them, 1, 2, and you're going to repeat this sequence until you are at the end of your row. We are done with our third row. We have a circle, so we are going to move on to our fourth row. I did change the color. Start your row at the chain spaces. So on this chain 2 space, I'm going to make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a treble double crochet, yarn over again, yarn over twice to make a treble double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through. Let's make another one. Yarn over twice, insert your hook in the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to make treble double crochet, 3 treble double crochet again in the same chain 2 space. So after you are done with that corner, you're going to chain 1, and on the next chain 2 space you're going to make 3 double crochets in the same chain 2 space. So make your 3 double crochet, chain 1, and in the next chain 2 space make 3 double crochets, then chain 1, and in the same chain 1 space make 3 double crochets, and then chain 1, and when you get to this next chain 2 space, make treble double crochets, 3 treble double crochets, chain 2 to make a corner, make another treble double crochet, and that is our second corner. Chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in the chain 2 space. So you're going to repeat this sequence until you are at the end of your row. By the end of this row you should have 4 corners. We have 1, 2, so you should have 2 more to go. By the end of your 4th row, this is what you should have. You're going to make a chain of 1 and slip stitch until you get to this chain 2 space right here. Once you get to this chain 2 space, make a double crochet, make a chain of 3, that does count as a double crochet, and then make 2 double crochet in the same chain 2 space, like that. Chain 2, and in the same stitch make 1 double crochet, another double crochet, and another double crochet. Those are 3 double crochet. Chain 1, and in this chain 1 space make 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Chain 1, this double crochet in this chain 1 space, make 3 double crochet. Chain 1, skip over, and in this make 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and make 3 double crochets. Then chain 1, and in this corner make 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Chain 2 and make 3 double crochets. And you are going to repeat this sequence until you are at the end of your row, and I will meet you guys there. We are at the end of the row. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to slip stitch in the that chain from the hook 1, 2, 3, and make your slip stitch. Then cut off your yarn, and that is what you should have. It's a really pretty granny square. Of course you're going to weave in all your ends, and also now you can just interchange the colors, yeah, until you have whatever you are looking for. Just mix and match the colors really. Anyway, repeat that and I'll let you know how many granny squares I made. I made a total number of 36 granny squares, and the granny squares measures to 6 inches across because they are squares. So I'm going to show you how to join the granny squares so that we can make our skirt. So we'll start by joining 6 together. So take your black yarn, I'll be using my black yarn to join them together. Insert your hook at the corner, make your very first slip stitch. So just join using single crochets. You can use any other method that you like, but I prefer this one. It gives it like an edge. Anyway, join using single crochet all along, and ensure you've made a total of 36 granny squares, and we'll be joining 6 together. Sure, when you stretch your granny squares, they can measure up to the length of your hips. So just keep that in mind. Cut off your yarn and make a slip stitch just like that. So I joined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I joined 6 granny squares together. So That is how our granny square look like after we've joined all the granny squares together. What we have to do for the next part, we are going to join these straight lines going this way. So just join everything together. We're going to join them using single crochet, and once you do that, I will meet you guys after that. So we have joined all the granny squares together and we have a skirt now. The next part, we are going to make our waistline, and I'm using some black yarn, so I hope you will be able to see that. So what you do for the waist, you just make single crochet but you skip the chain one space. So make a single crochet in this stitch and a single crochet in the next and a single crochet in that, then skip this space and make a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Skip that and move to this other granny square, make a single crochet and skip the chain one space, and you're going to do that until you are at the end of your first row of single crochet, and I will meet you guys after that. Done with our row of single crochet for the waist, we are going to move on to our next row. So you're going to make a chain of 3 and you're going to make double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then skip 1 stitch and make double crochets in the next 2 stitches, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet in the next 2 stitches. You're going to do that until you are at the end of this row. So after doing our first row of double crochet, for the next 2 rows I did front post double crochet and back post double crochet. This is the last row. So how you do that, you go through the back loops like that, that is a back post double crochet, and you go through the front loops, that is a front post double crochet, and you repeat that until you are at the end of your row. In total I've done I'm doing 4 rows of double crochets in total, and that should be enough to cover our waistband area. And then after this, make a chain of 150 and then you'll just put it through the loops, yeah, and you will be done with the waistband of the skirt.